Mr. President, members, guests, and Holstein enthusiasts, I am glad you are here, and I hope you are enjoying the activities as much as I am. It's great to have such an enthusiastic group at this year's convention. The New York Association can be proud of the outstanding events they put together for our entertainment. I would like to extend appreciation to our New York friends who helped make this wonderful convention possible. Please join me with your show of appreciation and thanks. There are many reasons to feel good about the achievements of the Holstein Association in 2015. Many thanks to all of you who played a part in the success of your association. Let me too take this opportunity to recognize the Holstein Association Board of Directors for the time they give to serve this fine association. Throughout this association's history, we have been fortunate to have strong individuals serve on the board, a good number of them coming from New York. Current and past board members know it's a major task to be knowledgeable of how members feel about various issues, and then to arrive at decisions that are in the best interest of the breed. The lifeblood of the Holstein Association is you, the quality individuals who make up the world's largest dairy breed organization. Thanks to each of you, the members, for your commitment to the Holstein Association and the registered Holstein cow. You are the core of Team Holstein. Registrations are the bread and butter of any pedigreed livestock association. It's a pleasure to report registration activity continues to grow as members registered 382,990 animals, which is a 3% increase over 2014. Thank you for making this happen. Additionally, a total of 198,876 Holsteins were identified through the association's basic ID program. When totaled, you identified 581,866 Holsteins in 2015. The popularity of our marquee program, Holstein Complete, continues to escalate. For the year, 311,677 cows were enrolled in Complete, which represents a 5% increase over the previous year. Our new classification handheld units for classifiers were put to use in the field in 2015. The classification team evaluated 218,256 cows in the regular classification program. There were 74,814 head appraised in the set program. Participation in the TriStar program was solid. There were 388,864 animals enrolled, which is 11,851 more than 2014. The positive impact of the Holstein breed may be more evident today than ever before. In the April 2016 genetic evaluation from the Council on Dairy Cattle Breeding, there are over 670 Holstein bulls to choose from with cheese merit dollar indexes of 697 or higher. By comparison, there is just one bull available from the second largest dairy breed in the United States with a cheese merit dollar index of 697 and none higher. Speaking of cheese, here is more evidence of the influence and power of Holstein when it comes to cheese. As published in the April CDCB genetic evaluations, 8 of the top 10 cheese merit dollar sires from the breed that typically touts itself on cheese have Holstein blood in their lineage. The gains the Holstein breed has made in fertility surpasses that of any other breed. Additionally, According to statistics from the Council on Dairy Cattle Breeding, Holstein heifers are more fertile than all other breeds. Genomic testing of Holsteins continues to soar. In 2015, 285,458 genomic tests were performed on Holstein females and 31,162 on Holstein males. Since we started tracking genomic testing in 2008, there have been over 1,054,743 genomic tests run and recorded on Holstein cattle. By comparison, there have been just 138,043 genomic tests performed and recorded on the next largest dairy breed over the last 7 years. The huge advantage of in the number of genomic tests run on Holsteins will further distance the gap between our beloved black and white cow and other breeds. It is clear to see why Holsteins are the United States and world's most efficient and prominent dairy breed. Agritech Analytics, ATA, our dairy records processing center in Visalia, California, had a terrific year in 2015. We processed records on over 982,000 cows, a healthy increase of 24,506 head, or 3% over 2014. Well, the purpose of my annual presentation to members is to review the association's activities of the previous year. I thought some of you might enjoy getting some of my thoughts on what we might be looking at in the future. Today, as we all know, two technology shifts, both biotechnology and information technology, are happening simultaneously in agriculture, which is driving a tremendous amount of change in our industry. The good thing about change is that it presents opportunities for Holstein breeders and their association. Biotechnology in animal agriculture not only has the potential to help breeders develop better dairy cattle, it should provide benefits to consumers as well. This includes the ability to produce pharmaceutical products from milk and its byproducts. Other biotechnology-enabled output traits could include enhanced food and nutritional levels, improved processing traits, and many new food ingredients. Like biotechnology, information technology has driven major change rapidly. From computers to the internet to cell phones, iPhones, iPads, consumers are quickly embracing each new product of information technology. Think about it. It took the telephone almost 50 years to reach 10 million users. The internet did it in less than 5 years. At the Holstein Association, we recognize how important information technology is to your business. Given such, your association's board of directors have made a commitment to upgrade our IT infrastructure. By 2050, we can expect that 9 billion people around the world will need to be fed. Dairy and meat proteins will be a big part of that food product mix. We can expect our government to continue their quest for providing inexpensive food for Americans. If the government decides we are not making food available at a reasonable cost, we can expect the continued importation of dairy products from other countries. The retail dairy market is undergoing major changes as well. New products are being developed all the time, and the number of beverage choices available to consumers is at an all-time high. Some of the major drivers of change for agriculture and the dairy industry will be consumer groups, real estate, development, government policy and regulations, and other parts of the agriculture industry. In the future, it's not unrealistic to think that an offshoot of our current national Holstein herd could be developed to produce transgenic super animals that would provide positive contributions to the medical and pharmaceutical industries. Some cows may be ranked under completely different parameters in years to come, which could give us another new definition of what a super cow is. artificial gene synthesis or synthetic genes may offer opportunities for the Holstein breed and her association. Basically, artificial gene synthesis is a method in synthetic biology that is used to create artificial genes in the laboratory. Although some may not be enthusiastic about these new scientific developments, it's important we are aware of them. Last week's cover of Time magazine and the feature story was on this type of topic. Geographically, the I-29 corridor will continue to be the center of U.S. dairy expansion. That's basically a 180-mile stretch that goes through portions of Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, and the northern tip of Missouri. In the last year, over 20,000 milking cows have taken new residence along the I-29 corridor. We have restructured our regional representative sales staff in a response to this movement. Why is this area so popular for dairy farmers? Some of the reasons are because there are good supplies of water, feed, accessible land, infrastructure, and government that is agriculture friendly. Great opportunities abound for the Holstein cow, her owners, and the association. In the future, we're going to need to ask ourselves if we want to be on the cutting edge of biotechnology advancements that have the potential to change the future of the Holstein cow and her association. Do we want to position ourselves to take advantage of opportunities that those technologies might offer the association for the benefit of members? Do we want to be the leading organization in the world for Holstein breed research? We will need to regularly analyze opportunities for the Holstein cow and her association to take advantage of biotechnology as it relates to genetic markers, breeding practices, and how our cow and members may benefit from such. We will likely spend more time looking at the product the Holstein cow produces and how it could be incorporated in the pharmaceutical market, as well as opportunities for our members to produce milk of a higher than normal CLA content. The demand for Holsteins that are polled will escalate. As alluded to earlier, there will likely be new or another definition for super cows in the future. We need to make sure that when the consumer and public in general are looking for products made from cows, that a super cow and registered Holstein are one in the same. More traditionally, youth programs will continue to be a major calling card for the Holstein Association. Our Holstein Foundation Young Leaders Dairy Institute, YDLI, will continue to improve and grow. While some may be tweaked, many of our mainstay programs the association has had for years will also do well for many, many years to come. The Holstein Association registration paper and pedigree will likely be more important than ever before as consumers want to know where the products they consume come from. There is no better documentation of traceability on dairy cattle than what the Holstein registration and pedigree offer. Scott Mushkin, the lead food trends researcher at Wolf Research here in New York, a firm that specializes in consumer trends, states, I quote, "In our focus groups with young women, they want to know where their food comes from, the actual source. The family farm still has great appeal with them. Now they want to know the story behind their food. If it's a family farm story, that's a very good thing," end quote. I firmly believe that the level and quality of identification on the cows that produce milk on your dairies will increasingly become one of the components of how much you are being paid for the milk you produce. It is starting to happen already with some milk buyers around the country, and the practice definitely bodes well for those of you with registered Holsteins. The market versatility of Holstein milk will continue to pay dividends for Holstein breeders. Earlier, I spoke of the power of Holsteins when it comes to cheese yield dollars, but Holstein milk is also coveted in the fluid market to put in the bottle and for use in the production of all other dairy products. Some milk isn't very favorable because of the high levels of somatic cell in anything other than cheese, as you know. As I have said many times before, one of the great things about being in the Holstein business is that we have a bountiful array of diversified genetics to choose from that allow you to be the best in class in any dairy market you want to be in. That fact, in and of itself, should provide you optimism for the future of the Holstein cow and her owners. You are not tunneled into one market. You can sell in any market and be the best in class. Speaking of reasons for optimism, I consider myself fortunate every day to be able to work with some of the finest minds and people in the dairy industry. Those folks who are part of Team Holstein at One Holstein Place and the group that works in the field. I talked to you earlier about our close proximity to Saratoga Springs, and a good number of them will be coming here shortly. It was Helen Keller who said, I quote, "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much," end quote. Phil Jackson once stated, quote, "The strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team," end quote. In closing today, I want you to think about the power of Team Holstein. Will all current Holstein Association board members please stand and remain standing? Will all former Holstein Association board members rise? I'd like every current Holstein Association delegate to please stand. Will all of you who have ever served as a Holstein Association delegate stand? You guys can stand here too. Will all current Holstein Association members stand? Will everybody who's ever served on a Holstein Association committee please rise? Will all Holstein Association members please stand? Will all of my colleagues at One Holstein Place please rise and in the field? Will everyone who is passionate about registered Holsteins please stand? Ladies and gentlemen, look around the room this morning. You are looking at Team Holstein. I love what I see. Thank you very much.